Hey there, it's Bobi, aka Paginator, and today is day 4 of Craftoween. I wanted to show you something I added to yesterday's spread or item, the flip out that we made after I was done filming the video. I decided it needed a little bit of contrast around the border, so I took a white jelly roll pen and just did some faux stitches all around the edges, on the front, and on the back of the flip out. If you missed yesterday's video, feel free to go check it out. It is in this same playlist. Alright, so I was looking at this page underneath the flip out, and I decided that I wanted to cover the rest of it in black. So that means that some of this is going to get covered. That's okay. I can just add more faux stitching if I decide that I want to continue with that. And not only do I want to cover this in black, but we're going to, on this page, make a hidden journaling pocket with a card tucked inside. So this is just about the perfect size. I do want to round the corners on this side just so we have continuity with the rounded corners here. Where is my corner rounder? Let me get rid of this background fabric and then we'll maybe find things. Alright, I don't want to round the corners on this side because we already have rounded corners here. And this will just continue flowing with that piece. But I do want to round the corners on this side. In order to make a hidden journaling pocket, we need to cut a slot somewhere up here. So for this, I'm going to use a ruler and an X-Acto knife, if I can find out where my ruler has gone to. Okay, I don't seem to be able to see my ruler right now, but I am going to use this because it's a straight edge and really that's what I need. When you cut a slot, I'm going to do mine about 1.5 inches down from the top. Do I want to do more? Well, let's do 2 inches from the top. Okay, if I cut all the way across, that's just cutting the paper in half, and we don't want to do that. But I want a slot that's going to have room for a fairly wide journaling card. So I'm going to start maybe 1/2 inch in from the end. And just keep following this line until I get to about 1/2 inch from this end. And there we have a slot. Next, I'm going to do the faux stitching around 3 sides here to continue that from what we did in the last video. Actually, I didn't do the faux stitching in the last video, but you know what I mean. I want to decorate the space underneath the slot. Maybe not all of it, but I want something here for a focal point. So I'm going to grab this book here. It is Halloween Vintage Ephemera. Is a book that I just got off of Amazon. It had pretty good reviews. Sometimes these books that are printed ephemera that you can just cut out and glue are kind of a bit iffy, but this one had good reviews and it was Halloween, so I got it. And I'm going to flip through and pick something to use. Ooh, that looks kind of cool. Ooh, look at this swing right here. I like this. Let's use this. Scissors! Wouldn't it have been perfect if this was a headless horseman to go with our spooky hollow page that's opposite? Sadly, it appears to be the Grim Reaper because he's got a sickle and he has a head, so no luck there. So I don't know about you guys, but when I cut out circle ephemera, it's always a guessing game to see how exactly it's going to turn out, because sometimes I can cut circles well, and sometimes they look super wonky. Now, we've got this. I want to put some things behind it, kind of layer it, maybe do some texturing, that kind of stuff. So, I know what I want to use. The question is, do I know where it is? It's time for a trip to the craft room. I will be back soon. I did not find exactly what I had in mind, but I found a couple of things that I can use and be happy with. So I And then I'm just looking over and I saw my little bowl here and I saw something else. I'm like, maybe I want to use that too. Okay, we have this piece of a faux flower. We have this cool, like, it looks like aged tape, kind of. That's kind of like a coppery orange color. And then I also have this as a scrap piece from when we made the cover of the other journal in day number 1 video. So we could maybe like cut out this little skull right here. Thinking maybe something like this with some of that tape running under here, possibly. Now, since I got this tape, I haven't used it. I ordered it from an Etsy shop, and the seller was absolutely amazing, and of course I'm not going to remember which one it is. If I do, before I upload this video, I will link it in the space below. She sent me some really amazing items. This tape and like some old player piano music and some really cool stuff. Okay, here we go. We've got it started. Because of my fingernails, the end is curled up just a little bit, so I'm going to snip that. I'm not sure how this is going to show up on the black paper once I lay it down, and it's a lot more yellow than the copper color once it's off of the roll. That is okay. We like yellow. Next items. We definitely need to ink around this, and what glue do I want to use to hold down that flower? Probably Fabri-Tac. Kind of wondering if I need something else kind of orangey right here. I'm not sure what I have. Let me look in my little bowls of Halloween stuff. All right, look at what I found in my stash. Haha! It's a mini potion bottle full of these little foil jack-o'-lanterns. I got this at Target. They were $1 each, so I got this one. This one has witches' brooms in it. Serpent scales. Bottle of bones. And I think there's one more. Yep. And the last one is raven's wings. And then I can use the bottles for other things too when I get done using all of the bits. But we're just going to pop out one of these little jack-o'-lanterns. 37 wanted to come out of the jar instead of one. Okay, I like that. Okay, so I feel like this is ready to be glued in. When you do this, if you're going to do a hidden journaling card and you've got the slot and everything, you have to pay attention to how you're going to glue it in. So you can put as much glue as you want above the slit, all around this part. But below it, you can only do a thin line around the borders because all of this needs to have room for the journaling card to slide into. All right, we're going to let that glue get good and set while we work on the card. The only thing I need to do is just double check my measurement for the slot so I know how wide I can make my card. Okay, so I have found a piece of my coffee and bubble dyed paper, which is one of my favorite kind of things to use. And I have cut it to what I think is going to be the right size. It's 3.5 inches wide. And you want it so that it will slide easily in and out of the slot and that it comes out of the top part just a bit. Maybe an inch. It depends on what you're going to use for the topper of the card. What will happen is we're going to add some lace or ribbon or something here, and then the lace or ribbon will overlap a little bit here, and so it becomes a hidden journaling card. All right, I'm just going to start looking, and I want something. Ooh, you know what? This might be a bad idea to use this because look what happens when I put lace over it. Yeah, maybe I want ribbon instead of lace. Let's see if I've got any that's wide enough. Aha, look what I found. This is left over from another project from, I don't remember how long ago. black satin ribbon, really pretty. I want to cut so it's straight edges, even if that means that it frays later on. I am totally fine with that. And then we need to glue this down. I'm not going to glue the bottom part of the ribbon though, because I want it to hang over the edge of the slit on the page, so I'm just going to glue the top part. Aha! We found a way to use the lace anyway. After I glued the ribbon down, I thought, you know what? Might as well add some lace on top of that. Alright, let's slide this card back into the pocket. I am going to be writing something on this, something that I experienced today. It is personal, so I am not going to be sharing that with you. Actually, that might need to go in a different journal that I'm working in. Either way, I'll figure out something to write on this. And in the meantime, if you want to make your own hidden pocket card, I hope this has been helpful for you, and I hope that regardless of whether you want to do your own or not, that you have enjoyed this. I will show you just one thing that I'm going to stick into the belly band on the front of this. I have this vintage cabinet card. There's no date on it that I can find. It appears to be... Oh, you know what? I lied. There's really lightly written December 27th, 1906. So I might go over that with my Sharpie pen just to preserve what the words are. But we have these two young men here. I don't know if they're brothers or partners or whatever, but I've had this for a while, and I've wanted to find a spot for it, and I think it should just slide right in here and live there. So there we go. We made a hidden journaling pocket today. Unfortunately, we got a little glue smudge right here, but we can pretend that that's not there, right? And hey, I added color. Last year I did pretty much just black and white, so I'm progressing. Anyway, I'm going to wrap this up for now. Thank you so much for watching. Come back tomorrow for another one, hopefully. Keep your fingers crossed that I can do that. And in the meantime, have a wonderful, magical, and bookish day. Happy reading, crafting, or journaling. Adios.